Hey guys, it's Anamaria. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I have for you guys a makeup tutorial. I'm thinking this is actually going to be my second time filming this video because I did the first one on Saturday, which was 2 days ago, and it was right before we were setting up for a party. And I felt like it was rushed, and I uploaded the footage and everything, and I just didn't like it. So I figured I'm gonna come back on here today, and I'm actually gonna slow it down a little bit and kind of go in depth of what it is I'm actually doing. I am working with some glitter pigment, so I think what I'm gonna do is focus more on the eye look, and then I'll kind of speed up the rest of the process because the rest of it would just be my foundation routine and everything. And I usually always include that in my other videos. So if you are interested in how I achieve my foundation routine, go ahead and just check those videos out. It's pretty much any other makeup tutorial where I go in depth about what I do with my foundation. Okay, so instead of using a regular shadow base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a concealer. I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for dark circles. I like using concealers as a primer anyway for the lids. This is in the shade Fair. So what this is going to do is it's going to balance out any discoloration in my eyelids, and bringing it up to the brow bone is also going to not only enhance the crease color, but it's also going to give an appearance of a cleaner, sharper eyebrow area, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to take this buffing brush. I think it's basically just a buffer. It's a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques, but I like to use it with any concealer or eyeshadow base just to buff everything out. So we're just going to apply that evenly on our lid area and under the brow. And this will just take away, like I said, any discoloration, any darkness if you have any redness. And if your eyelids are greasy, then this will also be good to prime just so nothing moves. Now we are going to use another base afterwards, but that's going to be more of an adhesive for the glitter pigment that we're using. After you're done smoothing out the concealer or the base, whatever it is that you use, you'll want to set it with a shadow or translucent powder or anything that will seal in that base that we just put. It's also easier afterwards just to blend out any other shadows that you will be using on your lids. So what I'm going to be using is the Morphe 9C palette. This is the palette, and it's a contour palette, which I just got, and the pigment of this is incredible. So you're just going to want to sweep that on your eyelids and wherever you applied that base, just so it's easier for any other shadows to blend out afterwards. And I'm using this with an e.l.f. blush brush, but you can use any kind of brush you want. It's just something that covers a lot of ground for me, so I like using it. And I like going in here too, just in case any of the base got in there as well. For some of this look, I'm going to be using my Morphe 350 palette. I'm going to be using this mostly for the colors that are going inside the crease because our entire lid is actually going to be covered in glitter pigment. I'm going to go in with my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. You want to start off with softer colors and gradually build the colors so they become more apparent, more dense, and really defined. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go in with these, where are they? With these two shades. It's really pigmented, so you want to be sure you tap off the excess, and then you're going to start off a little bit above the crease. So right here, sorry, I'm looking at my viewfinder. Right here is my crease, right? So you want to start off a little bit above it, just because it's going to work its way up into your natural brow bone color. The trick for any like cut crease or any defined crease looks or anything is to always look straight so you can see where you're placing the color and where your crease is. So I'm going to look this way, and I'm going to place this color right above the crease. And even though those shadows are pretty light, you can tell that they are applying color. And I'm just going to keep dipping into those same shades to build a little bit of our color. I do like taking my shadows in here just because I like the dramatic effect that it gives, but you don't have to do it. You can just put it right around this area softly, but I like taking it up right here to my brow just because I feel like it gives it a little bit more drama. What I like to do is get deeper and deeper and deeper the closer we get to the crease. So I'm just going to take the next maybe 1 to 3 browns that I think are kind of that next level up. So we use those really soft brown shades. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into this more caramel toned brown, and I'm going to mix it a little bit with, where is it? With this brown right here. And it's more of like a, gives it a little bit more of an orangey tone, which I don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and start placing that a little bit lower than those shadows that we just placed, but not quite the crease yet. And also what I like doing, I like moving up on my brush just so I have more control of what I'm doing. You don't have to do that. That's just something that I noticed that I like to do.
I know where we can go. I know where we can go. And it's all you and me. We'll kiss.
So we had our white elephant party on Saturday at my brother's house, and it was a total success. It was so much fun, and I can't wait to upload the footage from it. It's probably gonna go up on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Friday. I'm not sure yet. Depends how long I take to edit everything, and yeah, but it's gonna be funny. Now what I'm gonna do, instead of using a fluffy brush, I'm gonna use a brush that has a little bit more of a defined tip. I'm gonna be using this Morphe M441 brush. As you can tell, it's a little bit fluffy, but it also has this defined tip right here, which really helps get inside that crease area. So I'm gonna go ahead and take darker browns, and I'm gonna really go in and work that inside my crease area. So I'm going to be taking, I'm going to start taking a little bit of cooler browns now. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one and tap off any excess, and I'm going to work that into the crease. See that this crease color is slowly starting to get more defined. So what I'm gonna keep doing is picking up those two shades, and I'm just gonna keep building and building and building the color. Color too is, well, some of the lighter brown shades that we applied, they are going to get lost with these cooler browns, but what we're going to do afterwards is we're just going to go ahead and define those colors once again once we're done. But the first time that we went around, we kind of just used that as a guideline of where we want things to be. And with the cooler browns that we're applying right now, the colors will also get on the lid area. Don't worry about that because we will be covering it up. So now it's gonna look a little bit something like this. And we're just gonna keep blending and blending and blending. As you can see, this one needs to be blended a lot. But what's going to happen is when we go back with those warmer browns is if they're going to blend each other out. So I'm going to go back with my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm just going to pick up those same brown colors that we were using and just keep on building and building and building and just go. It's really tedious, but it's what's going to make your look really flawless and blended, and blending really is key when it comes to looks like this. What other kinds of holiday looks would you guys like to see? Would you like to see more colorful ones, or maybe a lookbook? Let me know. So see how we're just building this color and building and building and building. Eventually it's gonna get to where I like, and I'm just gonna stop. But also the key, especially with glitter pigments, is you're going to want to apply the pigment first and then see where it is exactly that you need to adjust. And I think I'm just about at that place where I can stop doing this. Apply the pigment. And then see where I need to work on. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna go in with this MAC 24-hour extended eye base. And honestly, I only got this because Katie, or Lustrelux, like swears by it. So I really wanna see how it works exactly. I did try it on Saturday and I applied some of it on my right eye, like kind of clumpy. and I'm so mad at myself for it because some of the glitter came out clumpy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm warming the product in between both of my fingers, my ring fingers, because I want to be kind of light-handed with it on my eyelids. And now that it's all melted and even on here, it's going to go even on the lid. So I'm just going to put it in this little area where it's more white, because that's our entire lid area and that's where the pigment's going to go. So like this color, but more of a pink in it, and it also has a lot of sparkles. It has like pink and green reflex in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to only spritz once MAC Fix Plus on this brush. I don't know how it's gonna work because I already used the eye base, but I want to use it anyway. So what I'm gonna do is pick up some of that glitter pigment, put it on the lid so that I'm not working with too much all at once, and start placing it on my lid.
lost me